Welcome back to Dr. Journey, week 179, I think it is. I could be wrong. I've completely guessed that. Usually I use ChatGPT. But yeah, the office is looking a lot better than last time. If you watched the last video, you'd have seen that we've just moved into this new place and it's very, very cool. And we're now 18 days into 2024, which means I'm also 18 days into 75 hard. If you don't know what that is, it's 2 45 minutes workouts a day, one that's outside, follow a diet, read 10 pages of a book, drink a load of water, take a progress picture, and I've never felt this good in my life. Also, no alcohol is another thing as well. And I've never felt so focused. I've never felt so switched on with work, and it's brilliant. If anybody's on the fence of doing it, this is kind of your push to definitely do it. But it is tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's tough. I've had a couple of days where I've worked a really long day and then I've had to go and do like 2 workouts, which is an hour and a half. And it's been a tough job, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm glad I'm doing it, and I'm hoping I'm gonna complete it. I don't see a reason why I'm not gonna. So yeah, what's been happening? I'm going to talk a lot more this year, I think, about Boundless. So if you don't know what Boundless is, it's my CBD marketing company. And we are one of the very, very few companies that can advertise things like CBD and gambling, because I've spent a lot of time basically looking into how it works on Facebook. And we actually generate some pretty good income for our clients. And we've had plenty of happy clients. And this year is going to be a big one. We're doing a lot of pushes in terms of marketing. At the moment, one of the biggest pushes that I'm trying to get out is some kind of regular PR in terms of getting us into articles across the board. And the main goal for this year for Boundless really is to do the majority of my revenue goal. And my revenue goal for this year is 250,000. The profit margins I sit on a monthly basis are probably around 70 to 80%, and within that 250,000, I'd imagine 70 to 80% is going to be profit. So hopefully this year is going to be good. That's at least my goal, and Boundless is the way to get there, because we're kind of at this year would be the 4th year of Boundless in August, so towards the end of this year. And it's really interesting on how the clients are now coming to us. We're getting a lot of inbound traffic, people we spoke to a few years ago that maybe couldn't afford our services are now coming through. And it's really, really interesting. And just little things like, I'm going to show you the website. This is the website that we've just had updated, and I'm unbelievably happy with it. Now, I did the majority of this by myself, and I'm really, really happy with it. I'm not a web design person. A lot of it was like drag and drop. There's my ugly mug. I am planning to change this out for a slightly different VSL, but for the moment this will do. And yeah, I'm just super happy with this kind of landing section where you can swipe through and see our different ads. And maybe you're not from a CBD background, but if you are, you'd understand that it's very, very difficult to advertise on these platforms. So us being able to get ads that actually have CBD in it or that actually make money is an incredible thing. And we're building some really, really cool funnels at the moment for these companies, and I'm just super happy with where things are going with it. There's been so many times down the road when I've thought, like, is this just a stupid market to be in, because it's so difficult to find quality clients. Because in a normal niche, let's say for instance you're selling socks. I don't know why socks have come to my head. That's probably not a good example. Maybe let's say notepads. I've got a notepad here. And yeah, if you're selling one, it's very easy for you to just plug and play with Facebook ads and get a few results and basically break even on day one. That's possible for any business that's not got a really shit product and a really shit marketing strategy. If you've got a little bit of knowledge on both of those things, you can break even. When you've got a CBD company, it's very different because you can't plug and play with ads. You need a lot of money to spend. And luckily now we can actually do that advertising. Now, the problem with that is that the barrier to entry with our clients is so diverse. I mean, we've had clients that are just terrible. And I think maybe that's the passage of time when you've started your agency, and the more professional you look, the more professional clients you attract. I'm not sure, but definitely within years 1 and 2, we were literally scraping the barrel with like some awful clients. And now we're working with some of the biggest brands in the world when it comes to CBD. I'd say this year especially, I mean, if we look at this, if you know anything about CBD, you would recognize a few names on this list. And there's a lot I can't put on here because I didn't put a clause in a lot of people's contracts when I signed with them to say that we could actually display their thing here. So now that we've got that, I can do that with the majority of the clients we've worked with over the last couple of years, which is really, really good. But yeah, the main focuses for this year are getting kind of featured in different articles, whatever that may be. I'd like to get in kind of a couple different CBD magazines and things like that, and also building up our library of articles. So we have got a few, and a lot of them are AI generated, to be completely honest with you, with a little bit of like kind of me adding things on top. And at the moment, the majority of the website and the things that are done by me, and I kind of have a team of people I can call on if I need something that I can't do personally. So yeah, just building up the content this year, creating loads of VSLs. Something I'm about to launch is this new CBD case study part, which is very similar. Obviously at the moment it's got that video on it, but there's going to be a case study of me going through actually a full campaign, which isn't on here, and actually showing you, and then basically just running cold email to it. And we've already started that campaign. It's just a case I need to record the VSL, so I'm either going to do that tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, I've not got a huge amount of time right now because I'm about to go out for dinner. But yeah, I mean, life's really good right now. And the last video I posted, I really didn't want to post because I just thought I looked awful. I looked fat. I sounded unhealthy. The backdrop wasn't what I wanted, but my mindset with this whole documenting the journey thing is that I just want to document everything that happens, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the great. And it's very easy to just pick up a camera when things are going good. Like now, I know I've got a spare 15 minutes, so I'm just gonna bash out this video. But a lot of the time, when I'm in the trenches, I hate that. I hate when people say that. But yeah, when you're in the trenches, you don't feel like you've got 15 minutes to spare to talk. But I just want to do this for future me, looking back and being like, what an idiot I was for doing that. But there's some really big things on the horizon, and I definitely feel like the needle has moved quite a bit in the last 4 or 5 months on my knowledge of business, my capabilities on what businesses I can build, and my long-term plan, because I didn't really have one. My long-term plan for a while was just make enough money that I don't need to basically have a job. That was my goal for a long time. We're now significantly past that, and I didn't really have another goal past that. And it was a case of, okay, what can I do now? What is my long-term goal? And now I've kind of figured that out. I know where I want to be in 5, 10, 15 years time, and I can focus on that. And there's some big things that I've been putting into motion that might be a 5 to 8 to 10 year like kind of process before they even maybe make any money, but I think could be really, really cool. And now that I've got that kind of flexibility in being able to, have my own space, or a little bit more space, and just being able to kind of put my thoughts to action and have the budget and have the know-how on how to exactly do that. So I'm super excited for this year. I think it's going to be great. We're 18 days into it. I'm going to try and do these weekly, but sometimes, the last 3 weeks have just gone by in no time at all. There's been so many different things I've been doing. Obviously, just still moving into our place. This wall panel isn't even on the wall yet. It's supposed to be screwed in, but actually just above it is like white currently because I've not screwed it in. So yeah, there's a lot that still needs to be done to the office, and I will eventually be doing like some kind of office tour. But I was thinking the other day, I was like, if 16-year-old me could see where I was now, he would be he wouldn't believe it, because I left school with no GCSEs, nothing at all in terms of being like use case for the real world, let's say. I didn't have many skills. I couldn't play much sport. I didn't really have that many friends. And all I did was gaming. And the friends that I did have just played games with me, and that was it. And I don't know if that's helped down the line. I think maybe the kind of monotonous tasks of gaming helped a lot with business. And I've seen this translated a lot of times. A lot of people have said the same thing on Twitter, for example, about how gaming help them with business, because you learn to slowly progress over time, and you don't just want the end result, and you also enjoy the game. You don't just enjoy finishing it. And I think that's definitely something that's stuck in my mind. I can't even remember what I was even on about now. But yeah, things are good. I'm just very grateful for the place that I'm in currently. But at the end of the day, it's because I've worked for the last 4 years non-stop and just worked towards this one goal of having a marketing company, I guess, was the goal. But now we've got an e-commerce store, a marketing company, various other different projects on the way, and about 14 different income sources. So yeah, the office is probably the one thing that I kind of sit back and look at every day, and I feel really grateful for, because like I said, when I was 16, I really liked gaming, so I spent my time like trying to create a really cool gaming setup, but I had the budget of a 16-year-old, and my parents didn't buy me anything. And I built my own gaming computer, and my big goal in life was basically just to have an office of my own that I could customize. And now that I've got that, it's really, really cool. But I guess I've just kind of moved on with goals. But yeah, anyway, enough of this rambling. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got this far, I do appreciate it. But yeah, these are mainly just for me to look back on in 10 years' time and laugh at myself. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.